Good evening. Apparently the internet's not great tonight, but we're going to do the best we can. I've chosen the song already because this way we can just get straight into it. Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. If you don't know it, tell us about the rock you used to live under, because it's huge. It's a huge song. Hey Jeremy, how you going? I'm just going to move that, what am I doing? Facebook stream out of there until it tells me how I'm going. Tonight's beer is forbidden. In fact, I don't know if I could show on camera. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen for more reasons than I can express. However, what I can say is that it is a discontinued product that I happened to have bought a lot of before it became discontinued. So I still have it. And you can't see the can there, but I'm just going to have a look at it here. Just while I can. Just enjoy it. Yeah, it's a tasty beer. It's a white stout. It's actually made of a very popular chocolate product. Delicioso. I think it might be about time to zip on over to the screen with the mix in it. There we are. Very small file today. Couple of stereo. I don't know why these ones were made as mono. Were they? What's going on? There's some stereo files happening. Let's look at them and then we'll enlarge them. They are all stereo files. Some really interesting stuff going on with these ones too. They are actually some weird phasing and stuff going on. The bass is awesome and it's on its own. It's an individual channel. The drums are both stereo. There's this extra, and then there's guitar, and then there's vocals. But there's a really cool effect that happens to these when panned. Last night I remember there was some people watching, and I did talk to some people about it, and we all had a good time, obviously. But no, I can't just keep playing the whole song. So I will take this opportunity to let you know that if you do want to go and have a listen to the song, Another One Bites the Dust by Queen, go and have a listen to that now. I will talk for the next couple of minutes just so that you can go and have a listen to the song. Starting from right now, I will talk until the next 3 minutes are up, so that you can go and check out this song and have a listen to all the elements individually so that you can hear what's going on with this particular track. You're going to recognise some things, namely one of the biggest songs in the world, called Another One Bites the Dust. You'll hopefully recognise that. But also there's a bass line in here that was lifted from an American band named Chic. At the time, Queen wanted to really break into that American market and, figure out what they were doing over in the States. At the time, disco was huge, and there was a band called Chic, and they had a song called Good Times. Why didn't I know that for a second? And Good Times had a famous bass line by Bernard Edwards. Which became the very first rap song called Rapper's Delight. So, how are we going? Fuck, it's only been 1 minute. I've got to drag this out. Well, if you haven't listened to this song before, you already know what's going on. Let's have a quick listen. I want to show you this bass line first and foremost. Now, this is the bass line from Rapper's Delight, or from Good Times by Chic, but adjusted to fit this particular song. They've changed it, and they've stopped, and they've dumped it down, and got this. There you go, the famous bass line. Now, in the past, that would have been dun 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 dun, and they've just taken the first part of that See what that? And just Phil Deacon has just taken the first part of that and looped it. Over and over. Over and over again. In the meantime, let's listen to some Roger Taylor. That's obviously mixed. Listen to how tight and beefy that is. Sounds like slamming a car door. Okay, and then reverse piano hit. So that is literally one single piano note hit and reversed with a bit of phasing. Wow. Okay, next bit. Reverse cymbal. Okay, and then there's a couple of hits here. What are they? That's a different hit again. Now, what's the third? Okay. And another one. All right, that's different. So this is the extra track, right? Now you may have noticed something about this already. There's two. And I'm only playing you one at a time, right? Listen to both. Okay. Nothing really that remarkable happening, but let's pan these and see if we get anything. Now we get some field. Sounds much cooler. The guitars are obviously in mono. But get ready for this big effect here. You can hear the panning on those hits. Some mad Doctor Who business going on there. Bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. That's growl. Now, if we had that in mono, you wouldn't have heard any of that cool panning. But we'll spread that out again, left and right. Bet you never heard that before. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Very strange. There's a lot of that kind of stuff going on in here. I mean, yeah, it's an effects track, and you know that part of the rhythm is there, but you never hear that. I want you to listen to the drums. I'm going to play both of these tracks together, these drum tracks. Go away. We're going to play these drum tracks together, and so here's a single drum track on its own. Like I said, I don't know why they're stereo. I might even just move that away so we can't tell that they're stereo now. Listen up. One drum track. Two drum tracks. Ready? Listen to that phasing immediately. It's got that thing going on, but it's really stepped. Take one away. Fat drums. Put it back. Phase drums. Okay. Now let's do what they intended and spread them. So I'm going to spread them as we play. Phasey. One to the left. Slide to the right. Yeah. Drums this time. So you might not be able to hear a whole lot, but if you've got headphones on, you can hear the delay flickering. Okay, unremarkable, yeah? That's where you notice it. Get ready for this. Yeah, and you can hear all the reverb from all around the room. But if let's take that away again. Sorry if this is major boring shit, but if it is, go away. So that sounds cool, but then when you spread it, yeah. Now add in that piano swell. Oh, so this is the cymbal. Get ready. That's some super creative shit. What year did this song come out? Someone tell me what year what it came out and when they recorded it. See, and you got this percussion track going on. Yep. Want to add that bass in? Is this where we get sued? We take that out a little bit. You guys, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I constantly get copyright strikes, and then they get removed because they realise that this is not a reproduction of their work. But thank you, UMG Music, for constantly removing those. Let's have a listen to the guitar really quickly. Yeah, again, we're having that same issue. Really, obviously, these are mono-y guitars. Even if I pan them, it won't sound any different because the guitars at this point, they're the fucking same, mate. Okay, yeah, we get. Come on. But also, listen to how kind of shit it sounds. Doesn't it sound kind of shit, like a little bit? Like that sounds like he's directly into the console. James, we'll get to that bit, the funk part on guitar. I just got to, I'm just working through some little bits here. 1980, was it? There you hear some panning on that one. Jeremy says 1980. Cool, so you can hear the guitar tracks finally making some difference. There's a little bit coming up here that you'll notice as well. There you are, James. We'll square that up. Unremarkable. And then we pan it. And it becomes cool. One side. That side's more reverb. So it's like that guitar track was panned to the left. Pan to the left. I just love saying that. 3 claps this time. Pan to the left and all the reverb is sort of coming from the right. I'll isolate that left. Or maybe. And then that sounds really reverby on that side, more direct on the other side. Well, you can see it's fatter here. It's literally fatter. So that means more energy. If the wave is fatter, it means it has more energy. And more energy means more direct. So that's probably why that's the case. Hear that with a little bit of that extra track in. It sounds... That's got to be like a DI'd guitar, like directly into the mixing console, which would make sense because, I mean, this song is copying off of a Chic song, Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards' song called Good Times. And Nile Rodgers was notorious for, not in a bad way, but like his sound came from plugging his guitar directly into the mixing console. No amplifier, nothing, just straight into the line on a Neve console. And these guys at the time, if you've seen the classic albums, doco or whatever, I think it's classic albums, they talked about wanting to replicate that American sound and try to get more of that market. And I suppose when you know guys like George Martin, they're going to know how Nile Rodgers came up with that and what they did. And I suppose getting direct guitar like that directly into the mixer. Those drums, though. That slight phase. You don't need much, do you? Just like... This is very, like, avant-garde of them, of, like, at that period of time. This was not... No one's done this. No one's ever done this before. And these guys were just doing it. We're going to get in trouble in a minute. That's cool. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Those bits are whack. This is a bit. Say it, Freddie.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey. Another one bites the dust.
Stop. I'm not letting you hear it yet. Okay. Before we get some of that massive vocal, let's go back to the start. We want to hear those Freddie vocals. I'll give you both at the same time, pan straight up and down the middle. This is not going to be a long one tonight, guys. We've only been on for... Oh, geez, not long, but this is not going to be long.
Let's go! Steve walks barely down the street with the brim pulled way down low.
Listen to how wet that vocal is.
Ain't no sound but the sound of speed. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat, yeah.
Is that a punch-in, do you think? Or did he just hold himself up?
Rip to the sound of the beat. Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the...
I reckon that's a punch-in. Let's have a look. Let's just dive right in. Because we can. We got the flexibility now. It's the year 2000.
The beat, yeah. To the sound of the beat.
And we're going to... We've come so far.
And the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Yeah.
So that looks like they've punched in there.
Rip to the sound of the beat, yeah.
Or they've hit the button that stops him. And, you know, that stops the recording. Because there's reverb tail on this. Listen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how remixes are created.
To the sound of the beat, yeah.
So, Freddie's obviously punched in there, and you can hear. Like, I'm going to do this for you because we need to hear it. But listen to the Freddie vocal for the chorus, and then I'm going to pan it.
Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust, hey, hey.
Okay, now I'm going to go back to that, and we're going to pan those vocals.
Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust.
There, you got it.
Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
And then you've got a real Freddie take. They really used the studio because they weren't just playing tracks live. They were creating albums in a way. I mean, it was they've been doing this for a lot longer than this, but they've created something here that made a really big impact. Especially the subject matter too. A lot of people were dying from AIDS at the time, and another one bites the dust. A lot of Freddie's friends.
You think I'm gonna get along without you while you're gone? It took me for everything that I had and kicked me out of my own. I'm satisfied. How long can you stand the heat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Look out! Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Germany, hey Jeremy.
Another one gone, another one gone, another one bites the dust.
Jeremy's just chiming in to say that he says they recorded this one in Germany.
Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
Right. I'd love to hear. I'm just going to shut the hell up for 2 seconds and just play this little bit of air here. Maybe we'll play the extra channel as well, because I don't think anyone can really notify that. No, notice that.
Take it.
Reverse piano note again.
Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey! Another one bites the dust. Hey!
Isn't that great? Listen to it all lock in. That's what I keep saying about my viewers. And a copyright claim, and a copyright claim. Another one bites the dust.
Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Oh, shoot out.
I love that Freddie's not afraid to, like, fuck around in the studio a little bit. Like, ah! Why was he doing that? Listen. Know what I mean? Like, this is one of the greats, and he's just fucking around. He's so good that he doesn't even care. Like, he's having a good time. That's why you're having a good time. Jeez, isn't that great? Okay. I'd love to play this guitar track. So let's have a crack at that. Bit of guitar and bass together. It is for educational purposes, James. Yeah. This is Eli, class 2005. Yep. And then that's the end of the song, right? Big tail on the end of that. Wow. Okay. So if you're just getting here, we're getting towards the end already, because this is quite a short one. I could crack another one open for you if you'd like. If there's enough of you interested, we can totally do that. I'm more than happy to. Sorry, just a couple of nice messages come through. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much for sticking around as well. Well, just quickly, I'll go back through it for everybody here. I didn't rearrange the tracks today. Let's rearrange them now while it's too late. I like these channels to be in a particular order. Normally drums, bass, guitar, pianos, and etc., and then vocals at the end. Yeah, James raises a great point that the occasional bit of a distortion on the guitar is an interesting thing, because if you just have a listen again, these guitars are directly plugged straight in. They have to be. And they're mono, and they sound staccato, like off. Like they don't, like it doesn't sound quite on beat. That doesn't even sound like it's played well, Brian. Go back. Listen to this. But if this is what I'm trying to say, if Queen, hang on, I'm going to go big camera for this so you can really see what I'm talking about. If Queen can put bum notes in #1 selling songs to get played on the radio for generations to come, you can too. I'm telling you. It's okay. They're not even in time together. Isn't that great? But it's not about that. It's about they're serving the song, they're serving the feeling, and they're putting themselves through it.
Are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your
Jim's blowing up the huts.
out of the doorway, the bullets rip. The sound of the beat, yeah.
That's sick as. So we'll go back to those drums for those people. I'm going to reset that mix too so you can hear if you're just coming along. Sorry for everybody else who's been here the whole time, but we're just going to go back through the original drums. You can hear that panning, that phasing. Sounds weird. I'll take one away. Normal drums. Phase drums. Normal drums. Okay? Back to them phase drums. Phased. You can hear him doing this weird... Then I spread them. You know how I spread them? And you can hear that fill out and become nice. If you're listening on your phone, maybe chuck some headphones on, you'll get that. Go back and watch this later on with some headphones on so you can really get the stereo. That bass, that Phil Deacon, taken off Bernard Edwards from Chic. The good times. These are the good times. That's what he's ripping off. I said a hip, a hop, a hibbit to the rapper. You know what I'm talking about? That's the song that became the song from the song that this song became also from later, if you know what I'm saying. Then we got this guitar that was directly plugged straight into a little bit of distortion. Let's go back to that. James Fawkes was talking about that before. Folks, sorry James, I've forgotten how to pronounce your surname. Listen to this distortion. Now that's got some dry guitar inside it, and then it has a lot of room. It's an amp, but it's a lot of room. It's just that little bit. That's all room. Add that effects channel in there with those extra percussions. Let's see if there's any reverb. Reverb on every second one, every even 1 and 3. That's a 4, and it's every second maybe. Okay. Now back to some Freddie vocals, one of the greatest singers of all time. On his own, and he's not panned yet until
it took me
let's
for
pan him.
everything that I had and kicked me out of my own.
You can hear him.
I ain't satisfied. How long can you stand the heat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat.
Listen to him just giving it everything. Like, listen to this.
To the sound of the beat.
Now back a little more. The bullets part. Oh, you bastard.
The bullets rip.
Is he saying the bullets rip or bullets rip? He's freaking out. Remix. It's a remix to this song. Hang on, wait, turn that off. Listen to that again. Go listen to the original version of that and try not to do River. He's just giving it everything he's got.
Another one bites the dust.
Freddie didn't fuck around, boys.
Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, another got to do. Another one bites the dust.
Okay. Now we just got some drums.
Hey!
Yeah. That's the whole mix. This is what you hear on the radio. Sing it, Freddie. Oh, dirty. There's one thing I want to hear coming up. I'm going to leave this track on. Let's pan that too. Boom. Pan everything back. The guitar as well. Oh, that actually raises a great point. Now that I've panned that, I'll go back to those guitars. Have a listen to that distortion part again. You can hear it. Ready? Yeah, so that's like a 3-tracker because the original guitar is straight up the guts, but then there's 2 bits of like amped up room on the other sides. And go back to this middle section. It's definitely roomy. Okay, I'm going to go back to this extra track here where all the cool stuff's happening because I want to hear that. I want to hear that and I want to hear Freddie.
Hey! Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust.
You ready for it?
Another one bites the dust. Hey!
One more time. I love how they automate the reverb up on that.
Another one bites the dust.
That's so good. And they rip it back. Then they rip the reverb back to flat. Listen to this. Hear that? Ooh. And then they rip it straight away from him. Okay. Hear how that last sha is really dry. There's no tail on it. There's no bah. It's just dry, but the everything before that. Lots of reverb. Pulls it straight back in, so there's none. That's so cool. Things you don't get to hear when you listen to the whole mix. Okay.
There are plenty of ways that you can hurt a man and bring him to
Double tracked.
You can beat him, you can cheat him, you can treat him bad, and you leave him when he's down.
Do you hear how tight Freddie is with his double tracks? He's so good that he's almost perfect. Like, he can almost do it exactly the same other side. A little bit of labour in the muscles. Stop doing that on camera, idiot. A little bit of labour in the muscles so that you can hear a bit of a differentiation between the two takes, but still not much. He's almost sample perfect.
There are plenty of ways that you can hurt a man and bring him to the ground. You can beat him, you can cheat him, you can treat him bad, and you leave him when he's down. Yeah. But I'm ready, yes, I'm ready for you. I'm standing on my own to be. Out the door where the bullets rip, repeating to the sound of the beat. So, yeah.
Jesus, good.
Another one bites the dust.
All right, we've got copyrighted, I reckon, because I've got my phone out here at the moment and I can see how many people are watching. And yeah, we've been blocked. So if you are still watching, thank you and stick around. We'll wrap this up very shortly, but it lets me know that the content that I'm providing is owned copyright by UMG International. So we'll continue on, but that kind of lets me think that I think it's about time to wrap it up. They will unblock this and you will be able to watch this later. So thank you guys for jumping on for it tonight. Katie, James, Jim, Jeremy, and that's who I can see who's been commenting. So thanks for the big laughing, crying, Katie. That's great. We'll check out the rest of this and enjoy it a little bit. Listen to that. They moved that guitar over to the extra track, right? Listen to this. This you'd think would be on the guitar track. How the fuck did that get on there? That's supposed to be on the guitar track, and the other guitar's supposed to be on this track. Maybe they copied it over. Oh, that's... No. Let's listen. Oh, wow. I'm going to zoom right in on these samples, on these particular things. This bit here is... dun-dun, dun-dun, and this bit is... dun-dun-dun-dun. That is crazy that they've split that one bit up instead of making a new track. What we would just do now, but listen. What the hell? What? They've split that between two channels. That's just blows my brains out. Okay. Look at that mix. Yeah. Now, one of my other favourite things to do is listen at the start for any stuff-ups. Nothing here, nothing in this one, but the last couple that we did had a little bit of music going on at the end. Okay, guys, this is the part where I start to wrap it up because we're about to get copyright struck again for playing the whole song. So I've lowered it down a little bit there. Why not? Let's have a listen.
Let's go! Steve walks barely down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of speed. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, Are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip. Sound of the beat, yeah.
Another copyright strike. Okay, that's fantastic.
Another one bites the dust.
Right, I think that's going to do me for the night, guys. So thank you very much for checking out Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. Some stem files again. I did open up the files for Bohemian Rhapsody just earlier. Let me just quickly save this so that I can go Bites the Dust, so I can show you what that looks like. I opened up the files for Bohemian Rhapsody and to have a look, and it's going to be a lot of work.